This week on the bonus stage,
Girl-Next-Door Eva checks out the world's toughest phone, the Sony XP3.
And we also check out the app of the week, Dracula.
And what is life without walls?
Windows 7 shows you how.
You reached the books.
Bonus stage! Alright, man, baby.
Hey,
finally.
what's up, man?
Welcome back. Daryl is finally back. Daryl is finally back. You see, people are cheering behind now. He went to Nepal.
That's right.
It was like a sabbatical of sorts.
That's right. I actually wanted to get away from technology for a bit. So I
Yes,
decided to
get in touch with nature.
Yeah, get in touch with nature, and nature is no 3G lah. No 3G in nature.
You were down with the nature teams.
Yeah. Nature Teams, that's right. The latest team out on XP, Nature Teams.
Nature teams. Well, our first story, we're actually trying to turn it around.
Yeah.
To welcome you back, we're doing tech first and then games later.
Nice.
So,
because we're always topsy-turvy and,
Of course.
this is the way we roll, man.
We're in the eye of the storm.
Eye of the storm, eye of the tiger.
Okay, check this out. A delicate flower like Eva, our good Eva.
She's very delicate.
Yeah. Plus, the toughest phone in the world equals a Razer Tech review.
That's right.
So
check it away.
this out.
Hey guys, I'm going to do a tech review today over this phone called the Sony XP3. It's not available in Singapore yet, but it's such a cool phone. I had to do the first review here in Singapore, and I'll tell you why it's so awesome. Oops. What? You want to break up with me? You pig!
You know you make me break out. Make me break out. I don't wanna look like that. I don't wanna look like
Hi, Eva. Oh yeah, the phone is absolutely still alive. I mean, I'm still calling you on the phone, although it's disgusting because it's been in pond water for over 30 minutes.
So the phone has been underwater for 30 minutes. It's also been left in the rain for 20 minutes. And let's check it. Is it still alive? It's still alive. And a lot of phones these days have to be treated like eggs, very fragile. If you drop it, it breaks into a billion pieces, or it just doesn't work on the inside. We're going to see if this Humpty Dumpty breaks into a billion pieces, or whether it survives down the stairs. So I'm going to throw it down the stairs. Okay.
Still working?
And it's still working. I know that some people who have very fragile gadgets like the iPod Nano, they put it into their back pocket, they sit down and it cracks. But for this one, okay, it's pretty big. Not sure if it's going to fit in my back pocket. Okay, it can just fit into my back pocket. I'm going to try I want to try sitting on it and see if it cracks. Okay, no. It's a bit uncomfortable, but it doesn't crack at all. Okay, now you guys have seen how much this phone has gone through today, but it's not over yet. I'm going to put this phone through one final test. So I'm going to get my colleague to call me and have it ringing and still see if it works while the Razer Mobile drives over it. So call away. Okay, so our Razormobile has driven over the Sonim XP3, but it seems that the phone has turned off, even though the screen and the hardware is intact. What's wrong with this, Ed? Is it not working anymore?
Oh, it's not just not working because like the point of it was that when the van drove over the Sonim XP3, it went over the call off button, so it just turned off the phone by mistake.
Right.
All you can do, right, to prove the phone is still operational, we're gonna turn it on. Okay, and it is turning on. This phone has survived the van. And yes, it's still working.
Can we do it one more time then?
Yes, we can do it one more time.
Okay.
This time we're going to lock the keypad to make sure it doesn't turn off when the wheel goes over it.
Okay, great.
All yours.
Okay. So take 2. Okay, so for our test number 2, we actually had the screen facing down as the van rolled over. But surprisingly, the second time had more damage or inflicted more damage onto the phone. As you can see, if you close up, the gravel imprints. So you have to roll over the screen up. But don't take my word for it. Okay, so thanks, Ed, for joining me today and helping me put the Sonim XP3 to the test.
Okay.
Are there any other features that you'd like to highlight about this phone? I know that there's a built-in torch, so it's very friendly for the outdoorsy type. It can withstand fog, rain, salt air. How about the temperature? Can you elaborate on what temperatures it can last in?
Okay, so the Sonim XP3 is also able to follow you wherever you want to go. You could be up in the Everest, you could be down in the Sahara. This thing can take thermal shock from minus 20 degrees to like 60 degrees Celsius. So this is really tough.
It's for the outdoorsy types. Okay, well, thanks, Ed. Now you look like you've been through a lot more than the phone has.
Absolutely, man. I'm absolutely all wet. I wish I was like the phone just as tough as this.
Bye, guys.
So, 1. Do you think the Sonim XP3 is a tough phone? Okay. Thank you, 1.
Okay, great. Expert review. Expert review
That's
by
right.
1.
He said a lot in that little nod
Yes,
of it,
and
like, you know.
Subtle nuances.
Yeah, you know, sending all these signals. You guys are not
confirmation
in the
and
living
assurance.
room with us, so you don't know what he's saying, but we get it.
Basically, someone that big stood on the phone and
Yeah.
he knows how tough and heavy he can be. Anyway.
That's right. No, but okay. Seriously, the phone does bring like, I mean, it looks like a really old school phone.
Yeah.
And like what Mothership actually said was like, you know, it looks a bit like a brick.
Yeah.
And so aesthetically, it's not the prettiest of phones.
Yeah.
But it is tough.
It's function over form.
Yeah,
right?
function over form.
Function over form. It reminds me of the old Nokia phone. I can't remember the exact model number, but it came in orange, blue, and it has 2 pieces. You sort of like break them apart. And I used to use it when I was in the
remember
NS.
that one also.
I was in NS. It was a really good phone. And I sold it off to one of the regulars. So I guess this phone is for people who work, I don't know, hard labor, you know, construction worker.
Actually, this phone could
Navy
be
guys.
it could be a phone for like army because you know it doesn't have
It
like
could
a
be
camera,
standard,
right? It doesn't
standard
have a
issue.
camera, right?
Yeah, could be standard issue SAF.
Standard issue, man. I wouldn't mind like
The government
going
pay for the
through.
phone.
I was just thinking whether I would mind going through army if I had a free phone, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I think I'll still mind going through army.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Anyway, it's App of the Week time, baby!
That's right. What you get when you cross Diablo with Geometry Wars.
It equals Dracula for the iPhone and iPod Touch. Check it out.
Dracula is a simple and addictive game for the iPhone and iPod Touch. The medieval-themed third-person overhead shooter lets players use any weapon available to them to fend off waves of increasingly difficult hordes of undead monsters. Now, while this isn't the most intricate idea, Dracula takes what's there and does it well. The end result is an admirable run-and-gun game in the vein of arcade classics such as Smash TV, Gauntlet and Robotron, where you grab any weapons necessary, ammo and health potions, in order to stay alive. You earn power-ups at various intervals that imbue you with new abilities like Ninja, which enables better blocking against attacks, Telekinesis, where dropped items will float towards the player, Bandage for instant recovery one time, and more. You can take on the undead in two modes: survival, where you face increasingly difficult waves of enemies and can grab powers and perks, and rush, where you begin equipped with a minigun and infinite ammo, and must survive a never-ending wave of werewolves charging at you. The game has collected several rave reviews so far, and I would think it's a steal at the price it's currently going for.